To our New Day Northwest Thanksgiving special. We're getting you all ready for the big day. So depending on if you're hosting or maybe even housing relatives or cooking the bird, you may need this next segment a little more than others. We are making fall forward cocktails that will be perfect on Turkey Day. Master mixologist Sara Rosales is here from Lady Jaye Restaurant and Butcher Shop.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Now, it is fun to have a cocktail that really kind of brings that season in, something dark and rich, but not too rich. And that's what I like about what you're making here today. So what's our first cocktail?
Well, this is the Kilgore Stout. This is something that we have on the menu here at Lady Jaye.
Okay.
So we start with some rye whiskey. Fall and winter really screams whiskey to me. And
yeah.
I'm kind of a whiskey nerd, so generally everything I have has whiskey in it.
All right.
So these are our flavors in there. We've got a pimento dram, which is a very holiday type of...
Pimento dram?
So all spicy.
Oh, yeah. Let me sniff that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A little of it goes a long way.
I bet it does.
And then we've got a nice French Amaro,
Okay.
China Amer, and then our Rittenhouse Rye.
All right.
And then I've topped it with some coffee and a vanilla whip.
Ooh.
And then, if you would, we put a little bit of nutmeg on the top.
All right, we
there.
can do that. We can do that. How much?
Look
Just
at
a little
that.
bit?
That's beautiful.
Why is this give a better, because I'll be honest, when I do the nutmeg, I do it out of the spice jar. Is this much better for flavor and smell?
I mean, it's just fresher.
Ooh.
So,
oh gosh, that is fresh.
Right?
Oh, that's a whole different level.
Shall we?
Okay,
Oh, yes.
cheers.
Absolutely.
Okay, I always love smelling the cocktail first. That's yummy.
You smell that nutmeg?
Oh my gosh.
That'll get your morning going.
That sure will get. I'm not sure you'll get the bird in after all, but that is delicious. I'm watching the Macy's Day Parade with that. I'm actually going to invite you over to make that. All right, number 2 is the winter old fashioned. Now, everyone loves an old fashioned. How do you make it more wintry?
Well, so this is a cinnamon demerara. First of all, in any old fashioned, I always use demerara syrup as opposed to regular simple syrup. It's just richer, even in the summertime. It's a richer sugar. And so you can just do a 1-to-1 water and demerara mix, and then I throw cinnamon sticks in there, boil it, and then I do like to keep it overnight.
Okay, so it's like a cinnamon simple syrup.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay,
except for with a nice rich.
And a cool name.
And a cool name, demerara. Right. So here's the bitters. I've got Angostura and I've got orange bitters.
Okay.
So we're going to do 4 dashes of Angostura, 2 dashes of orange, just a 1/4 ounce of this cinnamon. You don't want it too sweet.
Okay.
Because, you know, that helps you move along in your day. You don't want to get over sugared, right?
That's so true.
And then I've got a nice mild rye here, just because if you get too spicy of a rye, it's going to overtake that cinnamon.
Okay, that's good to know. Actually, it's a great tip.
Yeah. I mean, I love
and if you
spicy
were to
ryes, but...
If you're going to a liquor store or your local spirit place, you can just ask them, hey, I need a rye that's not too...
A mild rye.
A mild rye,
Sure.
Got it, okay.
So you can stir if you would like.
Yes, I can do that.
And I'll go ahead and do another one here.
Yeah, one for you.
That's right.
And when pouring this in and there's ice in it, you use the strainer, obviously.
Yep.
And then just put it over. I see that we've got these fancy...
those are my Death Star cubes there. Grabbed those on accident.
I wondered why there was a hole in it.
Yeah. We're doing a Star Wars Christmas this year.
I thought it was a problem. But it's a little round ice cube that is in the shape of the Death Star. Oh my gosh, I love that. The force is with you. Let me try this and see if the force is going to be with me.
Oh, hold on a second here. Wait, big. Oh, here. Orange peel, orange peel.
Put the cocktail back.
Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it really quick. Let me get mine in there so I can show you over mine, and then you can do it on yours. This is essential to a good old-fashioned.
Okay.
So you take the peel,
and
then you're just gonna, all of your oils live here on the outside. So you just want to give it a little, you see how the oils went on the outside? Give it a little wipe around the rim so that when you're sipping it, go ahead.
You really didn't need to do much there.
No, not at all.
Okay, so I do this.
Of course you need a cherry as well.
I think I see. Oh, I love those kinds of cherries too. Whoops, I do it around the rim.
Yep. Just to get a little bit of the essence on the rim. Nice, good.
And then do it like that?
Yeah.
It's
beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful.
Hey,
Perfect.
this is lovely, and I love these cherries with all my heart.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Lexardo cherry is delicious.
That orange really comes out. It is a very spirit-forward cocktail.
It is.
So if you love a spirit forward cocktail, this is the best for it. But oh my gosh, that aroma
You get that
is
cinnamon.
phenomenal. Yes. Oh, and then it's got a lot of layers to it. After that sip, a lot more comes out.
Especially with the ice cube, because as that ice melts, you're getting a little bit different flavors coming out with every sip.
Oh.
The orange is essential to a great old fashioned, as far as I'm concerned.
My stepdad would love this. If he ever came to visit me for Thanksgiving, I'm just kidding. Well, you know, maybe he will now. All right, so we got about a minute left, and we've got this more kind of complex cocktail in the end here.
Yes. So this is going to be our brown butter fat washed Manhattan.
Okay.
Now everybody loves a great Manhattan.
Yeah.
A lot of the times I see people doing hot buttered rums and these really heavy cocktails, and
which we love for the holidays.
Of course.
But again, it is hard to have.
But if you want to drink
more than
more,
one. Yeah.
then what I've done is I have taken some whiskey and I have done a fat wash on it. And basically what I did was I take brown butter, which you use by browning butter over the stove, and then I pour it into the whiskey. Very important not for it to be too hot because you don't want to create a bomb. So you want to make
that's
sure.
key.
Yep.
Do not pour hot butter in whiskey.
I'm not saying I've done it before, I'm just saying. So and then when you pour it in, then you can put the whole thing in the freezer, and then you get a fat layer that rises, and you pull the fat off, and then I run it through a coffee filter so that you're not getting any of the, the little particles and stuff in there, and then you've got this really silky, smooth whiskey that tastes like brown butter.
Okay.
So we're gonna make a Manhattan with this. Coqui di Torino.
All right.
The best vermouth of all for any kind of vermouth cocktails. Folks. Absolutely.
Coqui di Torino.
Okay. So just a bit of that. Sorry, I forgot to put my bitters in there. You want to do a couple of dashes of Angostura, and then brown butter whiskey.
All right. This is really fascinating. I've never heard of brown butter whiskey in my whole life.
So at Lady Jaye, we also do a Wagyu fat infused one, because we do a lot of Wagyu.
Because it's a butcher shop.
It's a butcher shop, and we specialize in Wagyu fat.
Okay.
So we do a Wagyu fat black Manhattan.
I will help stir this.
Yeah, please do.
We are about out of time right now, so I'm going to try this. But what do you put? Do you put anything on top of it?
You want to do an orange peel.
I love an orange peel. That seems like such a great part of the season. I know it's. All right, I'll do my thing right here, right? Like just
Same
like
exact way.
Oh, I love that. And it's so pretty to see those little colors pop up in there. Okay, here. Oh, that smells good. Cheers. Mm. Oh, now that has got a brown butter, almost like a hot buttered rum.
Exactly.
But it's
without
so light.
Without all the batter.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing all these very unique and special secret recipes for delicious fall forward drinks. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, well, coming back up.